Hello everyone. I would like to share something I've been working on for a while. Since I started playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein a bit more lately, I got quite frustrated with the amount of crashes I was having, and the next update for the speedrunning patch did not seem to be releasing anytime soon. So I decided to do it myself by fixing the worst bugs that causes crashes, and also add some very useful utility from the speedrunning patch and a bit more. So my goal has been to keep it as close as to the original as possible without making any gameplay changes. So like any bug that would not cause a crash should not be fixed. So let me just walk you guys through on how to install the new patch. I will attach a link to my GitHub repository from where you can download it. So first of all, you need to install just Return to Castle Wolfenstein, for example through Steam, because my download link does not have all the files. You need to first install it legitimately, and then I will show you. So first install it here, get that prepared, and then you can go to this release website I will have in the description, where you can, on this page you can see the latest patch notes of my patch here. You can go to other releases and see the history for all the changes, and if you're even more curious you can go to the repository itself and inspect the source code if you would like to. But let's just go to this latest version here, 1.43b, and down here if you go to assets you can see that there is this file here, this win32.zip file, which we should download. And later on, if you would like to have a live split auto splitter script, you can download it here. Hopefully in the future it should be integrated within the app, but until this version of Wolfenstein will get approved for the speedrunning leaderboards, it will not be integrated with the live split. So we will just have to wait for that. I might write it in the comments whenever that happens. But for now, I will just guide you through with this setup right here. So once you have downloaded it, you can go back to Steam, right click on Wolfenstein, and sorry for the language here, but you should go to open local files, and then you can see the folder like this here, and then you should go to the download folder. You can, it doesn't matter how you do it, but when you open the zip file, you can enter this folder and take all these files here. Just copy them or just drag them over into this folder and then replace all the files. So but mainly these wolfsp.exe and these other DLL files should be replaced. And there are also just a few files here in this main package that need to be transferred, so make sure that also ends up there. And just a small detail, on the release page I also included my own auto executable configuration file if you would like to use that as a basis for installing if you have a fresh install. So I just will take this one and put it into the main folder as well. So this is the, not this one. Where was it? Let's open it one more time here. Yes, here. So we can see here, this is the file, and now we are going to main, and I will just put the out executable file here and replace it, and you can see it ended up here. So to configure that thing, I think we are doing the properties, and you have to add in the general section, add this, so it will run whenever you start the game, and that's it. And now you can just run the game, and it should be working. Let's see, I have it in window mode, so it should just boot up nicely like this. And seems to be working. Let's see here. So it's small, but it's Wolf 1.43b. Seems to be working great. Okay, so now I will show you guys the new features I have added to this patch. Most of them are just related to speedrunning. So I'm gonna jump into escape 1 here right away. So the first thing you might see here is on the top right, which is the new speed meter, which increases when you're moving faster, and it currently only showing horizontal speed, So if you're standing still and jumping, it's just 0. So this is actually controlled with a new console variable called CG of speed, and it's set to 1. If it's set to 0, it's going to disappear. And if I set it to 1 here, I can actually use a new parameter here. It's called draw HUD scale, which you can set to different variables, and that will set the. You can change the size of those 3 timer, FPS, and speed meters. So I usually have the 0.5 like this, but there are many other settings you can change here, like the color, like color red, 0, and then you get cyan. And if you set it back to 1 at least, you can also control the alpha. And there's also you can control the shadow. As you can see, this text is displaying a shadow. Maybe I have to make it a bit larger. You can see it easier. Shadow, turn it off. It comes like this. Turn it on again. It comes like that. So that's some default features included in the game. I'm just controlling. And what's more is that there is, if you have cheats on, which we don't have currently, I'm gonna switch to skip 1 again with the cheats on. Then I'm gonna turn back the scale to 0.5 and use this draw speed helper. Maybe not the most useful tool, but it's just a small thing I added if you want to do some practicing. There are better indicators or help guides in other games like Enemy Territory, which can help you do strafe jumping, but just as a simple thing. So if you're trying to do strafe jumping and you don't know how to do it, it won't become yellow. But if you're actually gaining speed, it will turn yellow. So it's some form of easy, super simple indicator. Might be useful, I'm not sure. And anyways, I'm gonna turn that off. And let's try some other visualization features, which also requires cheats on, which are the draw triggers. Oh, sorry. G draw triggers, which will display all the trigger brushes as these green blocks. Doesn't say what they're doing, but you just have to learn that. And if they disappear by hitting them, the green box will also disappear. Some triggers will not. So that might be very useful for if you're trying to, for example, skip the trigger on the Crypt 1 jump on the bridge. And there's one more drawing visualization one, which is a bar draw player clips, which will turn all invisible walls into these red brushes, blocks, which makes it so much easier to find invisible walls and figure out certain details. Certain like temporary walls, which only appears like this, seem to be appearing in all the time. I'm not really sure. But that's fine. And this one small thing I added might be helpful, I'm not really sure, which is G trigger speed. Oh, they are annoying. So if you have this on and you hit a trigger, it's gonna make a sound. It might be useful if you're practicing and you're trying to avoid the trigger. For example, this, I'm gonna hit it now. Oh, didn't make a sound. Oh, now it did. Maybe, not sure what happened there. But it's supposed to make a sound like this every time you hit a trigger. So, might give you some help if you're not having them visible and you're just practicing and trying to understand what's going on. And just one small detail is that previously the CGFOV was default to 90 and you couldn't change it unless you had cheats on. You don't need that cheat anymore, so you can set it to whatever value you want, as it is currently accepted in the speedrunning. So I decided to just remove it, so you don't have to have cheats on, so your run is legitimate. Alright. So if anyone has any problems installing or so, just write me in the comments below and I will try to help you. Thank you.